Hello, Sam, how are you? Hello. We did this slide, yes, and we stopped here. We stopped here in the first period in question number 2. Yes, Mr. Sam. Yes, complete. Let f of x equals to x minus 8. Use
Yes, mister.
yeah, let's continue here this question, which we stopped here in question
Ah,
number
yes, okay.
2
I should continue.
to find here, evaluate the Riemann sum. Yes, and we said
Okay,
that
mister.
the portion here, the partition here is 2 to 7, and x1 is 2, x2 is
Yes,
4, x3 is 5.
yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so mister, to find like the partitions, we have to like draw
You are
rectangles.
laughing.
Mean, Anna?
Yes.
No, it's not me, mister. Somebody. I'm not laughing. Laughing about what? المهم. So
Yes.
we're going to use the right Riemann sum, as we said. So
Yes.
we're going to multiply delta x1, which
Yeah.
is 2,
Delta x1, delta x. Yes.
multiplied by f of 4.
Delta x1 multiplied by f
F of
of
4.
4, which is the
Yes,
height. So here is
yes,
the width times the height, which is
exactly.
the area of the first rectangle. If we draw here
Uh-huh.
like this rectangle, مثلا,
It's gonna be 0.
we have what? We have the width, which is delta x1, and
Mm-hmm.
which is 2, and the height, the height here is f of 4, f of
Yes.
4, and then plus
And then plus Mr. 1
delta
delta x2
x2,
multiplied by f of 5.
f of 5,
And then delta x3 multiplied by f of
plus
7.
delta x3
Multiplied
multiplied
by
by
f of 7.
f of 7.
Okay, so when we solve it, so delta x1 is 2 and f
Yes.
of 4 is 0. So
Yes.
that's gonna be 0.
Right. So we
And
have
then
delta x1. What's delta x1?
2.
Right. Delta x1 here, guys, from the
2.
right. We did it in the previous session. We said it's 2, and delta x2 is 1, and delta x3 is 2. Okay, and we need to use this one since we have the x's given for us here as 2 and 4 and 5 and 7.
Yes, and
Okay,
then
so it's what? 2 into
times 0,
times f of 4.
which is 0.
How to find f of 4 from here?
Just replace 4 into the equation. So it's gonna be
Yes,
0.
it's a
And then
0.
plus delta x2 is 1.
Mm-hmm.
And f of 5 is 2. So it's gonna be 2.
F of 5 gonna be 2.
2.
10 minus 8, it's
And then
2.
delta x3 into f of 7 is going to be 2 multiplied
Yes.
by 6.
Then 2 multiplied by 6. So
And then
now
the sum is going to be Mr. 14
0 plus 2
plus 2 plus
plus
12,
12. 2 and
which is equal to
12
14.
is 14.
So the answer is
So
14.
here's, guys.
So this is an estimate, Mr.
Yeah.
And since the graph is should be strictly increasing, this is going to be an overestimate.
Right. You are excellent. Yeah, so mashallah. So overestimate. It's overestimate by using what?
مستر ممكن بس ترجع تعيدها
Again.
مستر ما فهمت مستر.
من عند دلتا x1 multiply f of 4
Let's do it
plus
again.
x2
Yes.
multiply f of 5
مستر
Imagine.
اشرحها من الأول
multiply f of 7.
حاضر.
مستر
Okay.
خليها من الاول احسن.
مستر هو الرايت اوفر استيميت
Let's
بيكون
read the
دائما
question again. Let's read the question first. F of x equal to x minus 8, and use the portion of 2 to 7. يعني ناخذ من 2 to 7 like exercise 1 here. بس هو أعطانا ال x1 is 2 and 4 and 5 and 7, and is asking to evaluate the area using what? Riemann sum, this one. So as you see here, we have 4 subintervals, and the width of each subinterval, delta x1 is 4 minus 2, which is 2, delta x2, which is 5 minus 4, which is 1, and delta x3, which is 2, 7 minus 5. The summation means the plus between what? What's the area of any rectangle? If I draw here a rectangle, لو رسمنا rectangle يا شباب like this. Here is a rectangle. Here is another rectangle. Okay, and another rectangle like this. What's the area now under this curve? مثلا الكيرف اللي جاي. Overestimate. Maybe like this. Okay. Sorry. Yes. It's linear, so my curve is a line. So it's gonna be what overestimate, since we have here estimate يعني parts or portions above the line. The first thing you have to know in the area is length times width, and it's also for us that the width is the width of the subinterval. هنا الوidth وهنا الهايت. What is the height? Which is f of 4. Here is the height. And how to find the height? F of 4, this point. How to get this point, which is f of 4. And how to get the height here for the second rectangle, f of 5. And here f of 7. So multiplying here delta x1, which is 2, by f of 4. So it's 2, help, multiply by the height of this rectangle, which is f of 4. Plus, here is delta x1. Plus
مستر
delta
يعني الهايت
x2.
زيرو في الأولى.
Yeah, gonna be 0. The height is 0. 2 times 0. 2 times 0.
يعني
plus,
الاريا زيرو بتاعتها.
Yeah. So here, because it's below the x-axis, if we draw here the net graph of 2x minus 8, you'll find that all this rectangle below the x-axis.
طب مستر انت ليش عوضت ب f of 4؟
The height of the rectangle.
صحيح.
طيب الهايت نفسه f of 4. طيب f of 5 times what delta? Delta x2 times f of 5 plus delta x3 times what? F of 7, which is the height. This one is 2 by 0 plus أنت عندك delta x2, which is 1. Delta x2 here, 5 minus 4 is 1. Multiplied by f of 5, substitute.
اللي هي 2 صح؟
Yeah, 10 minus 8, which is 2. Plus delta x3, which is 2. And f7, 14 minus 8, gonna give us 6. This is 0, and 1 times 2 is 2, plus 12 equals 14. So my answer is 14.
تمام.
Okay.
بس كده؟
Yeah. Okay, next question. Use the figure at the right to evaluate the
Mr. Can I try?
from 2 to 7 of 2x minus 8 dx. When you sketch the graph, the line 2x minus 8, one here it should pass through negative 8. Should pass through negative 8. Is negative 4. You move here guys to negative 8 وجاي هنا عند negative 8. بس هو محتاج بس من 2 till 7 فاخد بس ال 2 triangles اللي انتم شايفينهم. Yes, عبد الرحمن.
Yes, Mr. We do the integration way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Integration way. You said by using what?
Riemann. طب يلا by using Riemann sum.
لا ما قالش Riemann sum ولا حاجة. Okay.
تنفع هي Riemann sum عليها؟
عادي. أي function يعني. احنا عملنا Riemann sum بس هنغير بس من 2 to 7. We did it before here by using Riemann sum.
طيب نعملها Riemann sum.
Already we did it. So what? 14.
It's 14. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
from 2 to 7. And same.
طيب إذا integration يعني. Okay. We're gonna integrate. تبقى 2x power 2 over 2.
Yes, equal. There is the question. طيب equal 2x squared over 2. And
يعني x squared. 8x.
Yes.
طيب خليها x squared minus 8x.
X squared minus 8x from 2 to 7.
Yes. Now we substitute with 7.
49 minus
7 squared minus 8 times 7 هتبقى كده.
كم؟ 7.
لا معي رقم نيجاتيف مستر.
Why?
طلعت معي نيجاتيف 7.
Yes, 50 كم؟
7 squared.
طيب بعدين when it's 2 4 minus
2 squared minus
16.
negative 12.
يعني ده negative 7 right? And here
Yes.
minus
yes. يعني negative 7 plus 12 5.
It's a 5.
مصر في فرق كبير.
Yes, and here what? 14. ما دي over.
قصدي فرق كثير كبير.
Yeah, هذا over ايه؟ اسم. right? And this one here, exact.
I know, yes, but والله the difference is so big.
ايوه لان عدد السب انترفلز 4 عشان تقرب شويه لل 5 you have to decrease او تستخدم الميد بوينت approximation انه تكتر هنا السب انترفلز تخليهم 8 مثلا sub intervals like this. Okay, number 4, suppose that g of x is a function for which g of x, the integral from -2 to 1 of g of x dx equals 5, and from 1 to 2 equals -2. So let's imagine that عندنا من -2 till 1, and then from 1 to what? To 2. Yes. So guys, what is the value of the definite integral? Letter A, the answer, we can answer it now. We can write the 5 first, and from 1 to 2 of the function g of x dx. Do I have from 1 to 2? Yes, already. So it's a 5 times the value. We can complete. What's the value of the integral of this all? It's given up here, which is -2.
-2.
يبقى 5 times -2 and is equal to -10. Okay. Letter B. Letter B, Fahd.
Yes, mister.
Yeah. From -2 to 2. مرة واحدة. From -2 to 2 can be written as the sum of the sum of what? From -2 to 1 plus the sum of
-2 to 1
to
and
2.
from 0 to 2 or 1 to 2.
-2.
Mister, we don't take 0 here.
فين الزيرو؟ أنا بس بمر كده في 2 stations.
يعني
بعمل
مثلا
stop
نقول
أنا.
from -2 to 0 from 0 to 2.
وتجيبها منين الزيرو؟ مش not given أصلا. هو معطيك
طيب.
من -2 to 1 ready it's 5 plus يطلع ستيشن، يطلع من الستيشن يروح للستيشن الثانية من 1 to what to 2 of the
From
same
1
function.
to 2
So
g of
summation
x dx.
هذه 5. This one is what? Is 5 and then plus this one is -2. Yes, 5 minus 2 is 3.
بس انا اتلخبطت، من وين جبنا ال 5؟
It's given up here, Mr. Here's the whole question. Number 4. Suppose that g of x is a function.
اوه بس substitution.
Yeah, it's given the area under this curve. جي مثلا تخيل انه هو كده.
لا انا لخبطت شوي، فافتكرت قاعدين بنحل نفس السؤال اللي حليناه في الحصه الاولى، اللي هو بتعمل بلس وماينس، بتعمل سبستيوت.
No, you just substitute يعني عندك الاريا من -2 to 1 equals 5 يعني meaning that the area here الحته دي بس حالها بايه؟ ب 5 وهنا which is what -2 بس اعتقد لما -2 تبقى below the x axis. المهم يعني ممكن تبقى الكيرف
يس
كده ونازل يعني جاي كده ونازل اوكي يعني here مش فوق the x axis that's why it's negative. Okay, like this. So from -2 to 1 it's positive 5. You evaluated the area وأعطاك 5. From هذا 1 to 2 it's -5 here. أو it's -2 sorry, and substitution بس. Any questions? Guys, grade 12A. You have any question? عمر عصام.
لا مستر.
مستر
Wait. Yes.
مستر معلش بلتر بي مستر.
أيوه.
الانتجرال بتاعت ال1 والنيجاتيف 2 مستر، كيف جبتها مستر؟
Integral from what? From -2 هو بيسأل من -2 till 2. عادي من -2 till 2. طب هو معطيني فوق من -2 till 1. Here this is 5 and from 1 to 2 here this part is -2 اهو من 1 to 2. Its area is -2. Add up 5 and the -2 gives 3. It is 1. Yes.
اوكي. مستر خليه اصوره مستر.
اوكي انا بنتي
خلص اوكي مستر. I'm done.
Yes. خلاص. Wow. Why this one is missing? No. سيب it لي. طيب. Okay. Where? Same here. Yeah, same question in letter C and D. The same, guys. I want you to solve this two question quickly. From 1 to 1, we have أصلا the distance of from it's given يعني from -2 till 2 يعني. This function is bounded between -2 and 2 now closed interval من -2 to 2. طيب. من -2 till 1, we said it's 5. And from 1 to 2, it's -2. حلو. وبحتاج من 1 to 1. So it's directly equal to 0. Based on this fact. From A to A equals to what? To 0. Okay, so it's 0, right? And letter D, from 2 to -2. شوف من 2 to -2 طب. From -2 to 2 in letter B was 3. So we can rewrite it as -2 to 2. فاهمين؟ هغير بس قلب الأماكن. positions بتاعت 2 والنيجاتيف 2 أغيرها وأحط نيجاتيف. And here 4 g of x. Yes. Now it's 4, sorry, it's a -4, the integral from -2 to 2 of the function اللي هي في البريفيوس
مستر شورلي عملت هون ليش طلعت نيجاتيف برا؟
based on this fact. It's property of definite integral. We said in this property that if the integral من D to A of f of x dx ممكن تفلip ال B وال A البوزيشنز تبعهم نغير مكانهم واحط نيجاتيف برا. نفس
مستر
الفكرة.
اذا ما عملنا فليب مستر it doesn't differ صح؟
Yes.
انه نفس الانسر اذا ما عملناش فليب.
طبعا.
اه
إحنا عملنا flip
بس
هنا.
بنخلي الساين نفس الشيء.
You have in question 4 letter B the integral from -2 to 2. هو هنا الليتر دي بيطلب من 2 ل -2. فخلاص بترجعها تاني من -2 ل 2 بس حط نيجاتيف برا. -4 now the integral from -2 to 2. -4 وارجع للليتر بي اخد الانسر which is 3 equal now -2.
ايوه I understand now.
بس معلش بس سي ليه 0؟
because based on this fact yeah it's the property of a definite integral قال لك من A to A يعني ما اتحركت.
Yes, A to A أو B to B على طول 0.
from 1 to 1 from 6 to 6 always 0. Okay, 0 squared
Okay.
equal to 0. Exercise set 4.5 find the value of summation notation of k equals 1 to n f of delta a and b. يعني find the a for 1 and find the b for 1. Who can do it? Rami?
Yes, mister.
Yes, man. 1a. To find the summation when k is 1 or I is 1 to n of f of x sub k, okay, delta k delta x sub k. Yes, what should we do here for x plus 1 مدينا delta x1 delta x2 delta x3 and مدينا برضه ال a وال b وال n وكل حاجة. يعني we have 3 sub intervals يعني 4 points.
Yes, we have 3.
So draw here a number line. We start
1
from كام الباوند يعني bounded between 0 and
0 and 4.
حلو.
والديفرنس here middle will be 2.
Because delta x1 is 1 معناها ان انا I'm gonna move to 1. طيب
Yes, so it will be 0 to 1.
ايوه بعدين برضه delta x2 is 1.
2.
It's 2. And then من 2 to 4 it's
2 to 4.
So here it's delta x3.
The x3.
Delta x2 and delta x1. delta x1 means the width
بس
between each
احنا كيف جبنا ال1 وال2 بس كأول مرة؟
الزيرو وال1 وال2 وال4
بس
it's given A اللي هو the initial point.
زيرو.
Four
اوكي
is the
وبديك البي 4
terminal point.
بديك
plus
ال 3.
N 3 يعني you have to divide your interval 0 to 4 your closed interval من 0 to 4 لازم تقسمه إلى 3 sub intervals دي 1 2 3 1 2 3 sub intervals اوكي.
هو معطيك تحت انه الاكس الدلتا اكس
N
1
means
ب 1
هو مديها لنا.
واكس
مديلك تحت.
هو اعطيك كل شيء بس سبستيوت.
حلو. So find back approximate area using Riemann sum Riemann. Okay, which is what?
ترى انا نسيت الرول ايش
طيب هو
كان؟
انا نسيت انا برضه نسيت الرول.
معلم
أتوقع كان.
ريكتانجلز يا جدعان. ريكتانجلز.
ريكتانجل
by width.
ليفت تايمز وينج شو اسمه ويت
Times wings.
غلط بس.
حبيبي.
شكلك
طيب.
جوعان.
اوكي. طيب. انا نهزهز شويه. طيب معنا هنا اللينث تايمز width يعني دلتا اكس 1 تايمز الهايت. What's the height?
الاف اوف اكس اوف 1.
الهايت بقى اللي هو طالع اللي هو يعني الريكتانجل نفسه يعني اف اوف هذا هو
2
F of
اللي هي 2
one.
مواد.
لا
بديك
اف اوف 1
اللي هي 2
شغالين من الرايت هيطلع اوفر because this function is increasing and f of 2 and f of 4 الهايت for each
أيوة.
delta x 1
F of
times
1
f of 1 plus
plus delta
summation
x
يعني
2
plus delta x 2
multiply f of 2
f of 2
F of
لسه
2
كنت معانا طيب x
لا والله انا
3
ما اعرفش فانا بشوف يعني.
معانا يلا مش مشكلة f of 4
مم.
بنعمل براكتس يعني. طيب الدلتا اكس 1 كام؟ 1
1 times 2 1 times 2
f of 1 means substitute 1 here 1 on 1 in the function
ايوه
1 on 1
2
is 2 plus delta x2 given 1 and
برضه
f
2
of 2 f of 2 يعني 2
هتبقى
plus
برضه 2
3 يا عم f of 2
سوري
substitute هنا ماشي بعدين plus delta x3 which is
2
of 4
multiply
is
5
5 and then add
5
يعني 2 plus 3 plus 10 15
plus 3 plus 10 which is 15. So
15
the approximate area is 15. And when you integrate x plus 1 from 0 to 4 dx, okay,
x2 over 2 half x squared plus x.
x squared over 2 plus x from what? 0 to 4. Substitute 4 for
نعمل
x.
ريبليس
16 over 2 plus 4. This is the first parentheses by plugging
12
4 minus 0 for all, which is
12
plus 4, which is 12. Allah, why master? Different answers. No, this is the approximate. This is the approximate area. لازم يكون في suspense برضه صح؟
مستر كيف طلع الانسر عادي؟
نعم ما هو ده approximation وده exact.
اللي هو 15 minus 12 اللي هي 3 اللي هي n.
لا 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 خالص. شوف انت لما ترسم اصلا الاكس بلس 1 بيكون لاين صح؟ لاين جاي كده تقريبا
صح.
بيعدي يعني شوف الصوره بتاعتي طيب بيعدي هنا كده. فشايف الاجزاء اللي من الريكتانجل اللي فوق دي؟
يس.
ايوه
above the line هي دي الزياده 3 لان اصلا الانتجرال of x plus 1 dx from 0 to 4 معناها ده area under the line يعني محتاجين هذا بس اللي تحت الجزء اللي تحت.
مستر
يس
مستر اللي حليته انت تحت مستر هو لا يا مستر
هذا approximation مع ال 15 مع الاجزاء اللي فوق اللاين 12
بعرف
under
مستر
the
I know
line.
I
Yes,
know
yes.
بس
طيب.
انه قصدي الكوشن فيه مستر سؤالين في A
this is
وفي
A. This is A.
وبي مستر وين؟
ها؟
بي مستر
B هنا
لسه ما حلناهوش
لسه ما حللناه. اوكي.
لسه ماكس دلتا اكس كي. وات از ماكس دلتا اكس سب كي؟ يعني ده ريتس تو اللي هو طبعا هنا اللي هو الديستنس ما بين اللي هو المشي مش ديستنس يا شباب، اللي احنا قلنا عليه في الاول خالص اللي هو اكبر دلتا اكس اللي هو بكام؟
اللي هو مستر المش يا مستر صح؟ وزي ما قال اوس بتاع
ونرجع للاول خالص.
بتاع الجبنه.
ايوه هي دي. شايف بس هو هل هو عايز ليميت ماكس دلتا اكس كي؟ نو، عايز بس الماكس اللي هو المش.
Yes, the largest delta x صح؟
When
أكبر
approach
value
is
delta
two, شوف when approach is two let max delta x sub k, not the largest subinterval with this. And then the magnitude delta x sub k is called the mesh size, the partition. Example in this figure اللي تحت شايفينه shows a partition of 0 to 6 متقسم ل 4 subintervals with a mesh size of 2 اللي هو أكبر delta x. بس. So on this question
يعني هيبقى هنا 2.
which it's 2. هنا the letter B is 2 اللي هي max delta x sub k اللي هي أكبر delta x اللي هي هنا ما بين 2 و 4 هي 2. Okay. One more question ولا لا؟ I'm gonna leave for you guys here. Number 5.
ماشي. homework
Yeah,
يعني
it's
صح؟
the same as the previous.
ماشي. number
Same
5
as the previous question, but in unit تاخد max delta x is what? 0. يعني okay. N approaches to what? 0. delta x.
ماشي. اوكي. نفس الطريقة صح؟ مفيش حاجة مختلفة.
Use definition 4.511 to express the integral as a limit of Riemann sums. Don't evaluate the integral.
شرير السؤال ده. شايل لك الانتجرالز.
The integrals as limits of Riemann sums.
والله بسيطة.
Yes. As we did here, guys, in this example, the one that I explained, when about the limit. This one, A equals the limit as n approaches infinity or delta or max delta x k approaches infinity of the summation of y equals 1 to n delta xi of f of xi. So you have to find what? Delta x, which is b minus a over n. You have to find x sub I or x sub k, which is a plus delta x times k, and then use also here this all. I don't evaluate the limit, right? Don't evaluate the integrals. Leave. Let's express it as as limits of Riemann sums.
مستر ممكن ترجع من question 5 ل 8 اللي كنت فيها قبل شوية. مستر هاي كيف تنحل؟
This one don't solve.
انت اعطيتنا 5 homework مستر.
5 yes. This is 8.
ممكن مثلا تحل لنا 8 عشان نعرف نحل 5 لوحدين.
No, I would like you to solve this question. Try this.
بس قصدي limit.
You will solve it. The same. Limits as integrals.
Mr. What are the homework questions?
Number 5.
Only?
Yeah.
بس 5 يا مستر صح؟
نستنى بس على رزق 5 وبعدين نروح نشوف.
لا يا مستر بس 5
بس 5 يا مستر. يعطيك العافية. شكرا. Thank you very much.
No. لسه معانا نمبر 10 لسه
حتى 5 كتير.
نمبر 10 will be what over number 5 10 برضه معانا. Very easy. Without sketching, you can find quickly here. Evaluate the integral using uniform geometry. Or evaluate directly by integration. No need for geometry. Evaluate this all. Easy. Like this one, guys. يعني مثلا لما أعطيك ده homework تعمل إيه؟ x squared over 2. And then from what? 0 to 3. First 3 will be 0. Squared over 2, 0. Minus when it's 3 first. So it's 9. 9 squared, 9 over 2, let 3 squared minus 0. So it's 9 over 2. That's and I'm in negative 1 to 4. So this one is what? Homework number 13. No, letter B, the same. It's من negative 2 to what? To negative 1. Okay, integration.
letter B و C homework.
All of them will be the same. X squared over 2. بس بتعمل تغيير بس للايه للليمتس. يعني مثلا هنا x squared over 2 from negative 5 to 5 in letter D. From negative 5 to 5, substitute first by 5, 25 over 2 minus عندك negative 5 add the negative 5, substitute here also gives what? 25 over 2, which is what? 0. Okay, so this one 0. شوف بس هنا letter B و letter C. Let's solve number 15. A and D. I'm valid for you here. And
مستر كان يسولف بي انا to be honest عندي مشكله مع التريجنومتري.
B طيب B.
مستر شو الهومورك مستر هون؟
Again, the homework number 5.
طيب.
Number 5 trial. Number 5, number 10.
ايوه.
Number 13 B and
B و C و D. تمام.
لا here is D خلاص.
Sir, can you
طيب.
go back to number
Number 5.
10?
Number 5, would like to take a screenshot. Use the given values of the to express the following limits as integrals. معاك كمان number 10.
5 و 10 و 13B و 13C صح؟
Yes. And
وايش كمان خلاص؟
15A.
15A. خلاص تمام يا مستر كفاية.
ممكن تبقى 13 بس.
15A و 15C. طيب تمام حلو الكلام.
Letter B in question 15, it's cosine x and from 0 to pi dx. The integral of cosine is sine and then substitute from 0 to pi. So it's a sine pi minus sine 0. Sine pi is sine pi is 0.
0 sorry.
Minus sine 0 is 0.
Which is 0.
Yeah.
لا مستر بس معلش مستر question 5 و 15 A و C homework.
Question 5. Question 10.
دقيقة مستر خليني أصور هذا بس مستر.
موجود في الكتاب يا عمر.
بالكتاب
Yeah, there is an exercise كل هذا الكتاب.
5 و 10.
5 و 10 15 A.
Here's 10. 50 A and C.
كفاية يا مستر.
يعني بس.
يا مستر شكرا لحد هنا وبس الله يخليك.
طيب اوكي. حل 21. Given here the integral from negative 1 to 2 of f of x plus 2g of x. Find when f of x الحالها equals 5 من negative 1 to 2. من negative 1 till 2 and then from negative 1 to 2 for g of x. This is for f of x equals 5. في function تبقى عادي adding this. So the integral from negative 1 to 2 of f of x to find the value of this expression with this integral طلعت معايا dx and then plus from negative 1 again to 2 for another function g of x dx. And add. This one is 5 and the other one is negative 3. When you add up here, it's what? 2. Okay, and we split out the two integrals الحالهم كل واحدة طبعا given الفاليو بتاعتها. information. Question 23.
بس ارجع دقيقة بس. ارجع دقيقة استنى.
Again, it's given the integral from negative 1 to 2 ل two functions.
أيوة.
I think that I forgot the 2 here. Yes, up here 2. I forgot this 2 here. We have to put it outside here and then multiply 2 by negative 3, which is negative 6, and negative 6 now plus 5, which is negative 1.
مستر هلا ثواني. مستر هي نيجاتيف 3 صح؟ 5 plus 2 times negative. أيوة خلاص. أيوة حسيت فيه غلط بس.
Okay, 23 homework, the same
تمام.
as 21. 25.
خلاص.
يا مستر بكره عندنا خميس يا مستر.
بكره
What يعني؟
يا عم
خميس.
قول انك بتدرس وتجيب سيرة الساعة.